considering, okay, here we go. Considering Romans 13, specifically verses 1 and 2. This is how crazy, y'all put me on the spot. Why are so many people against marriage equality? Are you? Okay, so they're referencing a part of the Bible that speaks specifically to honoring the authority of the government in your life. The beginning of Romans 13 talks about, it talks about honoring those in authority over your life, specifically the government. It talks about going ahead and paying your taxes, that God has placed people in authority over you, and you should obey them. And so why, considering that, why are so many people against marriage equality? Are you? Here's what I believe. Let me be very, very clear on this and not skirt around anything. Marriage is a sacred institution that was created by God. And it is between, listen to me, let's not get this messed up. It's between one man, it's between one woman. I understand that's not real popular if you're hanging out around the MTV crowd, but it's the truth. And I know sometimes if you push against the truth and say you don't like the truth enough, you start believing that the truth is no longer true. The truth is truth, and it will always stand as the truth. And how we view it, I understand that Supreme Court ruled that it was okay for guys to marry guys or whatever, and we live in just kind of that's just the day and age we live in. Here's what I do know is that the Supreme Court, that we are bound by the Constitution in this country. The Supreme Court has no power or authority to make laws. They don't. They can only rule on them. How do I feel about marriage equality? I feel awesome about it in the sense that I feel like every man should have the right to marry a woman. Do I go around, am I bashing people over the head? Or no, I think love wins in this, guys. I don't think that we go around saying, oh, that's it, we give up. The world's went to pot, and so we just got to give up. What's the world coming to? Can I tell you something? Here's what I don't get about the church. Is like we're the hope of the world. Why do we act with so much despair all the time? Why are we freaking out whenever the world acts like the world's supposed to act? It's a lost and fallen world, and we seem so shocked sometimes as Christians that whenever this happens, whenever the world acts like the world, we put up walls and we put up barriers, and we're like, and you know all we are at that point is the judgmental people that's standing on one side of the road saying that our sins mean nothing, but their sins condemning them to hell. That's not the way we should act in love. You know, I don't care if the law says that you can get married and that's what you want to do and it's your own prerogative. Look, that's between you and God. It really is. It's. I'm not sitting here saying overthrow anything. You know what? It's just a law. It was just something that the government says. I mean, people were already. Do you think that more people are engaging in this activity now? No, it's just people are just becoming more and more in your face. And so I don't think it changed anything. Where we are, we're really careful and we're considering a lot of things. Like we believe that marriage is a sacred institution between a man and a woman that was initiated by God. And so I'm not going to condemn people that feel otherwise, but I think it's a funny world that we live in, that this tolerance kind of rules the day. And if you don't believe exactly the way the progressives or however all the changes feel, then everybody feels like they have a right to condemn the other way. And I don't think it's this condemning action is going to get us anywhere. I feel like we, as a local church, that we are the hope of the world. All hell's going to break loose. It kind of is. People are looking for answers. And nobody wants to go looking for an answer in a place where all they're going to do is get judgment and condemnation. And so we just should approach it with love. So I don't know if I answered that question accordingly. I hope so. If I had more time to think about this, I would have probably a little bit more of a polished response, but that's what I got for you right now. And so, anyways, next question, please.